Hey there, internet world. My name's Alexa Reese, and I just wanted to tell you about a new podcast that have started doing. It's a James Bond fan podcast. I'm a huge, avid James Bond fan. I have been for many, many years, and I decided to do a podcast because I hadn't seen one out there that was anything but just reviewing the films. So I'm doing a podcast that's going to encompass all of James Bond fandom. I'll generally be focusing on the movies because I think that's where most people are the most familiar, and it's also what I'm the most familiar with. But I'm going to dive into all different things: actors, gadgets, the different movies, different parts of the different movies. I'll do some book stuff. I still got to catch up. I'm only on Thunderball, but I will catch up on the books. I have some memorabilia. I'm not huge into that, but I do have some of it. We can do something talking about cars and all kinds of stuff. So, and hopefully I'll get a little more abstract or deeper too. I mean, they're not super deep movies or series, but we'll get into some interesting things. I've already started talking about some interesting things. The podcast is called Nobody Does It Better, and it's like I said, a James Bond fan podcast. So it's had 2 episodes out. The first episode was me talking about the new film Spectre and speculating on what's happening with that and what might be happening with it. And then the second episode was about goofy and silly moments in the films, and I did kind of like just a run through of major ones, minor ones, and then my favorites, and then what I thought was the silliest or goofiest movie of all time. It's not in a bad way. A lot of those I do really like. So it's just me right now doing the podcast, and I think it's going to be really interesting. And if you're a James Bond fan or you know James Bond fans, get them listening. We're going to have a lot of fun. I am looking for a co-host to possibly help me out down the road once I get things kind of the way I want them to be, and we'll go from there. So I'm really excited. The 3rd episode is going to come out either on Friday or at least by next Monday. There'll be a 3rd episode out, which is going to focus on the pre-title sequence, not the title sequence where they have the music and the dancing naked ladies, but everything before that, because it's something, along with the title sequence, that James Bond is really well known for, and it's something that's always a favorite part of the movies for me, and it's huge action sequence, which is what kind of draws me into James Bond, or what first initially drew me into those movies was the grand action and how they were able to do it without any kind of CG, at least back in the day. And even now they tend to do it without the use of CGI effects, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, Nobody Does It Better, James Bond podcast. Go watch it. You can find it on, I have links down below. Right now it's just being hosted on SoundCloud. I'll give you a link to that, give you a link to my Facebook page, and things like that, so you can find it in a couple places, and just also link people back to this video if they want to know about it and what I'm all about. So anyway, hope you guys listen, and I hope you enjoy my new podcast. See ya.